Pierre! Michel! Pierre? Michel? Michel! To me, the English are coming.
Easy, Charlie. Easy. Why all the noise? You are asleep. No one will hear you.
You a ghost, John?
Hardly even that. I'm only a dream you were dreaming. You look older, Charlie.
I am older. Are you really dead?
As dead as anybody ever is, Charlie.
Did it hurt much? Being burnt?
I think it did at first. But then it all got mixed up. I was not in my right mind until I was free of the body. But don't you go handling fire and thinking it won't hurt.
Oh, no. Oh, your mother and brothers have had your case tried over again. And the courts have declared your judges were full of corruption, fraud, and malice. The sentence on you was annulled, non-existent, without value or effect.
I was burned all the same. Can they unburn me?
Oh, but they've decreed that a beautiful cross be placed where the stake stood for your perpetual memory.
I shall outlast that cross. I shall be remembered when men will have forgotten where the city of Rouen stood.
There you go with your self-conceit, the same as ever. You always had infernal impertinence.
You aren't calling me a witch, too, are you?
I daren't now the church has righted you. Do you know I lie awake asking myself questions? How did she do this? How did she do that? You always got your own way, didn't you? With me, with the Archbishop, even with tough old Baudricourt, who sent you to me first. To me, the Dauphin of France. That was a miracle, eh?
It was only a matter of eggs, Charlie.
Eggs?
No eggs! No eggs! Thousand thunders, man, what do you mean by no eggs?
What can I do? I cannot lay eggs.
Now listen to me.
Yes, sir.
What am I?
What are you, sir?
Am I Robert, Squire of Baudricourt and captain of this castle of Beaucouleur, or am I a cowboy?
Oh, sir, you're a greater man here than the king himself.
And you dare to tell me you cannot lay eggs?
Oh, sir.
Not, oh, sir. My Barbary hens are the best layers in Champagne. And you tell me there are no eggs. Who stole them? The milk was short, too, yesterday. Don't forget that.
I know, sir. I know only too well. There is no milk. There are no eggs. Tomorrow there will be nothing. There is a spell upon us. We are bewitched so long as the girl sits there.
Where? Death of God.
I told her to go, sir, but she won't.
You've 50 men at arms. Are they afraid of her?
She's so positive, sir.
Now, see here. I'm going to throw you down that well.
No, sir, please.
Well, stop me by being positive. It's quite easy. Any slut of a girl can do it.
Sir, you cannot get rid of her by getting rid of me. She doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Perhaps you could frighten her, sir.
Perhaps. Come here.
Is it me, sir?
Yes, you.
Are you captain?
Yes, damn your impudence. I be captain.
Good morning, Captain Squire. Captain, you were to give me a horse and armor, some soldiers, and send me to the Dauphin. For your orders from my lord.
And who the devil's your lord? I take no orders except from the king.
Yes, Squire, that is all right. My lord is the King of Heaven.
The girl's mad. Why didn't you tell me so, you buckhead?
Oh, do not anger her, sir. Give her what she wants.
I shall send you back to your father with orders to put you under lock and key and thresh the madness out of you.
You think you will, Squire, but you will find it all coming quite differently. You said you would not see me, but here I am.
Now listen to me,
Well, the
you...
horse will cost 16 francs. It is a lot of money, but I can save it on the armor. I do not need beautiful armor made to measure like you wear. I shall not want many soldiers. The Dauphin will give me all I need to raise the siege of Orléans.
To raise the siege of Orléans?
That is what God tells me to do.
Well, I'll be damned.
No, Squire. God is very merciful. And the blessed Saints Catherine and Margaret, who speak to me every day, will intercede for you. You will go to paradise, and your name will be remembered forever as my first helper.
How old are you?
17, so they tell me.
What did you mean when you said St. Catherine talked to you every day?
She does. And St. Margaret, too.
Well, what are they like?
I will tell you nothing about that. They have not given me leave.
You actually see them and they talk to you just as I'm talking to you?
No, it is quite different. But you must not talk to me about my voices.
How do you mean, voices?
I hear voices telling me what to do. They come from God.
They come from your imagination.
Of course. That is how the messages of God come to us.
And God says you're to raise the siege of Orléans.
And to crown the Dauphin in Reims Cathedral.
Crown that...
And to make the English leave France.
Anything else?
Not at present, thank you, Squire.
I suppose you think raising a siege is as easy as chasing a cow out of a meadow.
I do not think it can be very difficult if God is on your side.
Have you ever seen the goddams fighting? You ever seen them plundering, burning, turning the countryside into a desert?
You must not be afraid, Robert.
Damn you, I'm not afraid. And who gave you leave to call me Robert?
You don't understand, Robert. Our soldiers are always beaten because they are fighting only to save their skins. And the shortest way to save your skin is to run away. Our knights are thinking only of the money they are making in ransoms. It is not kill or be killed with them, but pay or be paid. But I will teach them all to fight, that the will of God may be done in France. And you will live to see the day when there will not be an English soldier on the soil of France. And there will be but one king here. Not the English king, but God's French one.
Hurrah! You may be talking rot, but if the troops swallow it, even the Dauphin might swallow it. And if you could put fight into him...
Of course I can put fight in.
Don't cut in before I have time to think.
No, Squire.
You, and you. Your orders are to go to Chinon under the escort of these 3 men.
Squire, your head is all circled with light, like a saint's. And the dress. I may have a soldier's dress, mayn't I, Squire?
Oh, have what you please. I wash my hands of it.
And a letter to the Dauphin?
You write it for me, Polly. I'll make my mark.
Is your name Polly?
Goulangi. They call me Polly.
You're my size, Polly. Find me some clothes.
Sir! Sir!
What now?
The hymns are leaving like mad, sir.
Christ in heaven, she did come from God.
Ride in here without to buy your leave.
Carry a letter for His Highness the Dauphin from Vaucouleurs.
Well, what's the password?
Soldier, I only know one password. The name of Our Lady and her son.
Hey, this is rich. They're sending us nuns on horseback now.
Which is your nunnery, lady? Second floor back at Mother Philippa's?
She's got some new clothes in.
Get off your horse, my pretty. Mother of God, I've taken a fancy to your legs. Oh, come on, there's store in the barn.
What's wrong, you queasy witch?
What's going on? Who are these?
She says she has a letter for the Dauphin from Vaucouleurs.
She? What are you doing here in those clothes?
He has told you the reason.
You've ridden from Vaucouleurs? There are 5,000 goddams across the roads.
They did not stop me, nor will anybody.
Ah, come on. I've told you I've taken a fancy to you. You don't want to sleep on the horse?
Hey,
Death of God, I told you to get off that horse, you trollop. On the
this to
name
His
of
Highness
all
the
the
Dauphin.
saints, I'll skin your hide. You think you're for officers only, do you? Come down. You, I'm talking to you, you little slut.
Let the poor man be. He is very near his end.
Near me end, am I? Get down off that horse, you little...
Go on. Your Highness?
What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy?
A letter, Your Highness, from Vaucouleurs.
Oh. That's my letter.
And it's my business as commander of the army to know what passes between your highness and the garrison at Vaucouleurs.
You bully.
Hold your tongue, do you hear?
Oh, I hear you. You needn't shout. The whole castle can hear. Why don't you go and shout at the English and beat them for me? Don't you raise your hand to me. It's high treason. How dare you?
Come, this will not do, my Lord Chamberlain. Please. We must keep some sort of order. And you, sir, if you cannot rule your kingdom, at least try to rule yourself.
Thank you. You're always ready with a lecture, aren't you? You all think you can treat me as you please because I owe you money. And because I'm no good at fighting. But I have the blood royal in my veins.
Even that has been questioned, your highness. One hardly recognizes in you the grandson of Charles the Wise.
I want to hear no more of my grandfather. Yes, he was so wise, he used up the whole family stock of wisdom for 5 generations and left me the poor fool I am, bullied and insulted by all of you.
Oh, control yourself, sir. Those outbursts of petulance are not seemly.
Another lecture. Thank you.
Here. Read the accursed thing for me. You sent the blood boiling to my head.
I'll read it for you if you like. I can read, you know.
I would have expected more common sense from de Baudricourt. He is sending some cracked country girl.
He is sending a saint, an angel. Just now, with my own eyes, I saw her strike foul-mouthed Frank dead for swearing. Let him be, she said. He's near his end. And he fell dead right there. If ever I utter an oath again, may my soul be blasted to eternal damnation.
A very pious beginning, Captain.
You see, she is a saint. And she's coming to me the king. And not to you, Archbishop, with all your holiness. She knows the blood royal if you don't.
The blackguard has drunk himself to death. A mere coincidence.
I don't know what a coincidence is. I do know the man's dead. And she told him he was going to die.
We're all going to die, Captain. You cannot be allowed to see this crazy wench.
But I am the king, and I will.
She cannot be allowed to see you.
I tell you, I'm going to put my foot down.
Naughty, what would your wise grandfather say?
Well, that just shows your ignorance, Bluebeard. My grandfather had a saint who used to float in the air when she was praying, and told him everything he wanted to know. My poor father had two saints. It's in our family. And I don't care what you say, I'm going to have my saint, too.
We can easily find out whether she's a saint or not. When she comes, let us arrange that I shall be the Dauphin and see whether she will find me out.
Yes, I agree to that. If she cannot find the blood royal, I will have nothing to do with her.
It is for the church to make saints.
You tell me what the girl did to foul-mouthed Frank was no miracle. No matter, it finished Frank. If she put some spirit into our men, that may not be a miracle, but it'll finish the English. What harm in trying?
Church must examine the girl before anything decisive is done.
Oh, fetch her here. Music, enough! Listen to me, everybody. Arrange yourselves. Come, arrange yourselves. Bluebeard, up to the throne. You will pretend to be me.
Pretend to be that thing, only Michael.
I wonder, will she pick him out?
Of course she will.
Why? How's she to know?
No? She'll know what everybody in Chinon knows. That the Dauphin is the meanest looking and worst dressed figure at the court. And that the man with the blue beard is Gilles de Rais.
Yes, I never thought of that.
You're not so accustomed to miracles as I am. You see, it is part of my profession.
Yes, but that wouldn't be a miracle at all.
But why not? A miracle, my friend, is an event that creates faith. That is the purpose and the nature of miracles. They may seem very wonderful to the people who witness them and very simple to those who perform them, but that does not matter. If they confirm or create faith, they are miracles.
Even if they're frauds, do you mean?
Frauds deceive. An event that creates faith does not deceive. Therefore, it is not a fraud, but a miracle.
Your Highness, Joan from Doremi.
Let her approach the throne.
My dear, her hair.
I wear it like this because I'm a soldier. Could you fight with your hair rolled up in those big horns?
You are in the presence of the Dauphin.
Come, Bluebeard. You can't fool me. Where be Dauphin? Gentle little Dauphin, I am sent to you to drive the English away from Orléans and from France, and to crown you king in the cathedral at Reims, where all true kings of France are crowned.
You see? She knew the blood royal. Who dare say now that I am not my father's son? But if you want me to be crowned at Reims, you must talk to the Archbishop, not to me. There he is.
Oh, my lord. My lord, I am only a poor country girl. And you are filled with the blessedness and glory of God himself.
The old fox blushes.
Another miracle.
My child, you are in love with religion.
Am I? I never thought of that. Is there any harm in it?
Oh, there is no harm in it, my child, but there is danger.
There is always danger, except in heaven. Oh, my Lord, you have given me such strength, such courage. It must be a most wonderful thing to be an archbishop. My Lord, will you send all these silly folks away so that I may speak to the Dauphin alone?
Now, gentlemen, the maid comes with God's blessing and must be obeyed.
Will you allow me to pass, please?
Pardon, ma'am, I'm sure. Is that Queen?
No, but she thinks she is.
I'll trouble your highness not to jibe at my wife.
Who be old Gruff and Grump?
He is the Duc de la Tremouille.
What be his job?
He pretends to command the army. And whenever I find a friend I can care for, he kills him.
Why let him?
How can I prevent him? He bullies me. They all bully me.
Are you afraid?
Yes, I am afraid. Well, it's no use preaching to me about it. It's all very well for these big men with their armor that's too heavy for me. And their swords that I can hardly lift. They like fighting. Most of them are making fools of themselves all the time. They're not fighting. But I am quiet and sensible. I don't want to kill people. I only want to be left alone to enjoy myself in my own way. I never asked to be a king. It was pushed on me. So if you were going to say, "Son of St. Louis, gird on the sword of your ancestors and lead us to victory," you may spare your breath to cool your porridge, for I cannot do it. I'm not built that way.
We are all like that to begin with. I will put courage into you.
I don't want to have courage put into me. I want to sleep in a comfortable bed and not live in continual terror of being killed or wounded. No, you put courage into the others and let them have their belly full of fighting, but let me alone.
It's no use, Charlie. You must face what God puts on you.
Oh.
Come, let me see you sitting on the throne. I've looked forward to that.
Now, what is the good of sitting on the throne when the other fellows give all the orders? However, here's the king for you.
You're not king yet, Charlie. You're only Dauphin. I know the people. The real people who make your bread for you. And I tell you that they count no man king of France until the holy oil has been poured on his head.
No.
And himself consecrated and crowned in Rheims Cathedral.
No.
And you need new clothes, Charlie. Why doesn't the Queen look after you properly?
We're too poor. She wants all the money we can spare to put on her own back. Besides, I like to see her beautifully dressed. And I don't care what I wear myself. I should look ugly anyhow.
There is some good in you, Charlie. But it is not yet a king's good.
We shall see. I'm not such a fool as I look. I have my eyes open. And I can tell you that one good treaty is worth 10 good fights. These fighting fellows lose all on the treaties that they gain on the fights. If we can only have a treaty, the English are sure to have the worst of it because they are better at fighting than at thinking.
If the English win, it is they that will make the treaty. And then God help poor France. You must fight, Charlie, whether you will or no. We must take our courage in both hands. And pray for it with both hands, too.
Oh, do stop talking about God and praying. I can't bear people who are always praying. Isn't it bad enough to have to do it at the proper times?
You poor child. You have never prayed in your life. I must teach you from the beginning.
I am a grown man and a father, and I will not be taught anymore.
Yes, you have a little son. Wouldn't you fight for him?
No, a horrid boy. He hates me. He hates everybody, selfish little beast. I don't want to be bothered with children, and I don't want to be a father, and I don't want to be a son, especially a son of St. Louis. I don't want to be any of these fine things you all have your heads full of. I want to be just what I am. So why don't you mind your business and let me mind mine?
Minding your own business is like minding your own body. It's the shortest way to make yourself sick. I tell you, it is God's business we are here to do, not our own. I have a message to you from God, and you must listen to it.
I don't want a message. But can you tell me any secrets? Do you know any cures? Can you turn lead into gold or anything of that sort?
I can turn you into a king. And that is a miracle. It will take some doing, it seems.
Well, if we go to Rass and have a coronation, Anne will want new dresses, and we can't afford them. I'm all right as I am.
As you are. And what is that? Less than my father's poorest shepherd. You're not lawful owner of your own land of France till you be consecrated.
I shall not be lawful owner of my own land anyhow. Will the consecration pay off my mortgages?
Charlie, I come from the land. And I have gotten my strength working on the land. And I tell you that the land is yours to rule righteously and keep God's peace in. And I come from God to tell you to kneel in the cathedral and solemnly give your kingdom to him forever and ever and become the greatest king in the world as his steward and his bailiff, his soldier and his servant. The English will fall on their knees and beg you to let them return to their homes in peace. Will you be a poor little Judas and betray me and him that sent me? I shall dare. Dare. And dare again in God's name. Are you for or against me?
I'll risk it. I warn you, I shan't be able to keep it up, but I'll risk it. You shall see. Stay with me and don't let me be bullied. Listen to me, everybody! Listen to me! Silence, you little beast.
Will you be silent?
I have given the command of the army to Joan the Maid.
What's this? I command the army.
That's your answer, old gruff and grum. Who is for Orléans with me?
Escort and his maid to Orléans. Who's next?
West wind, west wind, west wind. Will it never blow again?
It's impossible. The boats can't reach Orléans without a west wind, General.
I whistle for one every morning.
No change, General.
The men grow slack for want of action. Shall we swim the Loire in full armor?
I'm for attacking across the bridge.
Well, gentlemen, what is your opinion?
10 men can hold the bridge against 100.
We can't afford the loss. We need more troops. What is the Dauphin doing?
Ah, the Dauphin. I received a message from him this morning. He is sending us help.
How many men?
One girl.
You're joking, General.
He writes to me that she's a saint.
Is he mad?
What is a saint?
I wouldn't know. They don't come my way.
When do we expect this vision?
Perhaps a week. A girl's rump is tender. But the news traveled faster than the Dauphin's letter. I heard my batman talking of her yesterday.
I am still for attacking across the bridge.
Not so tender.
Are you the bastard?
Are you the maid? Yes.
Sir?
You've arrived sooner than I thought.
We played no dice on the road, and we carried no women in our baggage.
No women?
I see no preparations for attack.
We wait more troops. Come, take a glass of wine after your ride.
I will not take a glass with you until we drink it in Orléans. There is only the Loire between you and the English.
The Loire is wide, my girl.
There is a bridge. In God's name, let us cross and fall on them.
It seems simple, but it cannot be done.
Who says so?
I say so. And older and wiser heads than mine.
Then your older and wiser heads are bat heads. Do you not know that I bring you better help than ever came to any general or any town?
Your own?
No. The help and counsel of the King of Heaven. Show me the way to the bridge. I will be the first to cross it. I dare you to follow me.
You must not dare a staff officer. Only company officers are allowed displays of personal courage. Come, I'll show you the bridge. There is the bridge.
Then why hesitate?
You are impatient, maid.
Is this a time for patience? The enemy are between us and Orléans, and here we stand doing nothing. I will deliver you from fear.
Oh, no, my girl. If you delivered me from fear, I should be a very good knight for a storybook, but a very bad commander of the army. Come, let me begin to make a soldier of you. Do you see that fort at this end of the bridge?
Is it ours or the Goddam's?
Be quiet and listen to me. If I were in that fort with only 10 men, I could hold it against an army. The English have 10 times 10 Goddams in there to hold it against us.
They cannot hold it against God. God did not give them the land under the fort. They stole it from him. He gave it to us. I will take the fort.
Single-handed.
Our men will take it. I will lead them.
Not a man will follow you.
I will not look back to see whether anyone is following me.
Faith, you have the makings of a soldier in you.
You're in love with war.
The Archbishop said I was in love with religion.
Religion, that's for priests and women. You can't be a woman and a soldier, maid.
I am a soldier. I do not want to be thought of as a woman. I will not dress as a woman. I do not care for the things women care for. They dream of lovers and of money. I dream of leading a charge and of placing the big guns.
Now, don't despise us, maid. You can still learn from us. Come.
We can't take that fort by an attack across the bridge, 4 men abreast. We have to cross the river and take them in the rear.
Then what are you waiting for?
God.
What do you mean? God is waiting for you.
Well, then let him change the wind. My boats can't make way against the current without a west wind to help.
Have you prayed for it?
My chaplain does that for me.
Take me to the church. I will tell St. Catherine. She will make God give me a west wind.
The nearest church is in Orléans. Perhaps the Goddams pray, too.
Sir! Look, sir! Wind has changed.
So God does speak. You command the king's army. I'm your soldier.
Dunois, dear comrade in arms, set my foot on the ladder and say, "Up, Joan."
Te Deus corona, gloriae atque justitiae, honore et opere fortitudinis. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritu Sancti. Amen.
Spoils the show, poor devil.
Well, Your Majesty's an anointed king at last.
I wouldn't go through it again to be Emperor of the Sun and Moon.
For goodness sake, somebody help me with these things.
Help His Majesty, boy.
The weight of these robes. I thought I should have dropped when you loaded this crown onto me. You must be nearly dead. Your robes must weigh a ton. And that famous holy oil Joan talks so much about is rancid.
Your Majesty, that oil is nearly 1,000 years old. It was brought by an angel to King Clovis.
Oh, no doubt it was fresher then. Oh.
Sire, I've made you king. My work is finished. I must go back to my father's farm.
Oh. Must you? Well, that will be very nice for you. A healthy life, you know.
But a dull one. You'll find your petticoats tripping you up after leaving them off for so long. I shall be able to swear when I want to, but I shall miss you at times.
I will miss you, too. But these others, they will none of them be sorry to see me go.
Well, we don't want you to stay if you would rather go home.
A woman's place is with her parents, or with her husband.
I expect we shall see you at court now and then. And of course, if there's anything I can do for you at any time. Well, that's that. Of course, she had her uses.
A good heart and a stout ladder will get over the stoniest wall.
Dear Jack. How I wish it were the bridge at Orléans again. We lived at that bridge.
Yes, Faith. And died, too. Some of us.
Isn't it strange, Jack? I am such a coward. I was frightened beyond words before battle. It is so dull now that it is all over for me. So dull.
You must learn to have moderation in war, just as you have in your food and your drink, my little saint.
Dear Jack, I think you like me.
You need it. You've not many friends at court.
Why? Why do all these courtiers and knights and churchmen hate me? What have I done to them? I've asked nothing for myself, except that my village shall not be taxed, for we cannot afford war taxes. I have brought them victory. I have set them right when they were doing all sorts of stupid things. I have crowned Charles and made him a real king. And all the honors he is handing out have gone to them. Why then do they not love me?
Do you expect people to love you for showing them up? Do archbishops enjoy being played off their own altars? Even by saints?
I'll tell you something, Jack. It is in the bells I hear my voices. Not today when they all rang. That was nothing but jangling. But here, where the echoes linger. Or in the fields, where they come from a distance through the quiet of the countryside. My voices are in them.
You make me uneasy when you talk of your voices. I should have thought you were a bit cracked. If I hadn't noticed that you give me very sensible reasons for what you do. Though you do tell others you're only obeying Madame St. Catherine.
Well, I have to find reasons for you, because you do not believe in my voices. But the voices come first, and I find the reasons after. Whatever you may choose to believe.
Are you angry, Joe?
Yes. Not with you. I wish you were one of the village babies.
Why?
I could nurse you for a while.
Oh. You are a bit of a woman after all.
Well, I'm a soldier and nothing else. Soldiers always nurse children when they get a chance. Jack, you will go on and take Paris.
Who knows? They may not let me. And perhaps they'll be right. What do your voices say now, Joe?
Nothing. They're not always with me.
You're making the squares too large. Look.
But the royal right leg is a little weak.
I told you they were too large. Oh. it's you. I thought by this time you would be on the road home.
I thought by this time you would be on the road to Paris.
Oh, goodness, no. Paris is not worth a battle. We shall lose everything we have gained. We can make a very good treaty now.
Treaty?
Well, why not, now that I'm crowned and anointed? Oh, I'll never forget that oil. Give me the chalk, I'll show you. You see, Joan, a moment comes when the soldier must give place to the statesman. Get me another piece of chalk. War is fought not only with cannon and men's lives, it is fought with astuteness and bits of paper. It's more economical that way. Oh, thank you. Paris may be altogether too expensive for us. The treasury is low, Joan, after all your battles.
But you are no true king of France till you hold Paris.
Oh, Archbishop, you speak to her. She wants to start fighting again. She can only think of fighting, fighting, fight. Let us be content with what we have done. You agree with me, don't you, Archbishop? It's time for a treaty. Our luck is too good to last.
Luck. God has fought for us, and you call it luck.
Maid, the king addressed himself to me and not to you. You forget yourself. You very often forget yourself.
Then you tell him that it is not God's will that he should take his hand from the plow.
If I am not as glib with the name of God as you are, it is because I interpret his will with the authority of the church. When you first came, you would not have dared to speak as you are now speaking. You have stained yourself with the sin of pride.
Yes, she thinks she knows better than everyone else.
But I do know better. And I am not proud. I never speak unless I know I am right.
And how do you know you're right?
I always know. My voices.
Oh, your voices, your voices. Why don't the voices come to me? I am king, not you.
They do come to you. But you do not hear them. You have not sat in the field in the evening listening for them. When the Angelus rings, you cross yourself and have done with it. But if you prayed from your heart and listened to the thrilling of the bells in the air after they have stopped ringing, you would hear the voices as well as I do. But what voices do you need to tell you what a blacksmith can tell you? That you must strike while the iron is hot. I tell you we must make a dash at Compiègne and relieve it, as we relieved Orléans. Then Paris will open its gates. Jack, speak to them. Tell them I am right.
Pluck and impetuosity are good servants in war, but bad masters.
You would have been besieged in Orléans still if I had not made you attack.
Not content with being Pope, Joan, you must be Caesar and Alexander as well.
Pride will have a fall, Joan.
Never mind whether it is pride or not. Is it true? Is it common sense?
Besides, I have no money. This coronation, which is all your fault, has cost me the last farthing I can borrow.
The church is rich. I put my trust in the church. I would go anywhere with your blessing to protect me.
I have no blessing for you while you are proud and disobedient.
You say I am disobedient when I always obey my voices, which come from God.
The voice of God on earth is the voice of the church, and all the voices that come to you are the echoes of your own willfulness.
That is not true.
What? You dare tell the Archbishop in his own palace that he lies?
I never said you lied. It was you that said my voices lied. When have they ever lied? Even if they are only echoes of my common sense, are they not always right?
It always comes back to the same thing. She is right and everyone else is wrong.
This is my last warning. If you set your private judgment above the instructions of your spiritual directors, the church will disown you, leave you to whatever fate your presumption may bring you.
Go home, Joe. Go home. You were very useful at the beginning, and I'm not ungrateful. I've exempted your village from all war taxation, though God knows I can ill afford it. Now, be good and don't bother us anymore.
Jack, what do you think?
I think that God was on your side. For I've not forgotten how the wind changed, and how our hearts changed when you came. But I tell you as a soldier that God is no man's daily drudge, and no maid's either. Your little hour of miracles is over. From this time on, he who plays the war game best will win, if the luck is on his side.
You call it luck, too?
I know how many lives any move of mine will cost. But you never count the cost at all. You go ahead and trust to God. You think you've got God in your pocket. Up to now, the numbers have been on your side, and you've won. But someday you'll go ahead with only 10 men to do the work of 100. And then you'll find that God is on the side of the big battalions.
The king talked to me of money. And you talked to me of caution. The common people get no pay. And they know nothing of strategy. But at Orléans, they followed me, half naked, into the moat, and up the ladder and over the wall. You followed me too, Jack, that day.
Times have changed, John. God is my judge. If you fell into the Loire, I would jump in full armor to fish you out. But if you play the fool before Paris and get caught, I must leave you to your doom.
And if they capture you, they will drag you through the streets and burn you as a witch. You stand alone, absolutely alone.
That is the truth, Joan. Heed it.
Where would you all have been now if I had heeded that sort of truth? There is no help, no counsel in any of you. I thought France would have friends at the court of the King of France. And I find only wolves fighting for pieces of her poor torn body. I believe that you, who now cast me out, would be like strong towers to keep harm from me. But I am wiser now. And nobody is any the worse for being wiser. Do not think you can frighten me by telling me that I am alone. France is alone. And God is alone. And what is my loneliness before the loneliness of my country and my God? I see now that the loneliness of God is his strength. What would he be if he listened to your jealous little counsels? Well, my loneliness shall be my strength, too. It is better to be alone with God. His friendship will not fail me, nor his counsel, nor his love. In his strength, I will dare and dare until I die. I will go out now to the common people and let the love in their eyes comfort me for the hate in yours. You will all be glad to see me burned. But if I go through the fire, I shall go through it to their hearts forever and ever. And so God be with me.
You see, we gave you good advice. You might have been alive today.
Would that have been life?
Better than the stake.
You can count that pain in minutes. But the pain of life, Charlie, you have to count that in years.
Yes. Perhaps you are right.
I hope I don't intrude.
Who are you?
I am the Earl of Warwick, madam. You may not remember the name, but I paid 16,000 pounds for you when the Burgundians knocked you off your horse.
Is there so much money in the world?
There was, madam, in England.
I never saw you at my trial.
Your trial was a church matter, madam. I saw you, but only through the peephole of your cell. This is the one chance I have to speak to you. You know how it is, heaven and hell, Oxford and Cambridge, they never really mix. I've come to apologize. Your burning was purely political. No personal feeling.
Don't worry, my lord. It was God's will.
God? Oh, yes, of course. Though I prefer to call it historical necessity. All the same, you put it very nicely. A touch of true breeding.
I don't understand the words you use.
They don't speak English where you come from. Anyway, I insist on apologizing. To you, too, sir. Although I might argue that I helped to make you a king by helping her to become a saint. At home, they always call me the kingmaker.
God made me a king. I was of the blood royal.
We mustn't put all the blame on God. Strange what mistakes even an intelligent man like me can make. Burning you seemed an obvious political necessity. I thought it would put an end to your legend, but here we are, still talking about you. I see now it would have paid to be merciful and let her die of old age in her cell.
Merciful.
Let me have a look, sir. Please.
All right, just one look.
Give me a lift, sir.
Lift you, you impertinent brat. Then get up on that if it'll stand you. You eat too much.
My mother says I need to grow.
She means upwards, not outwards.
Oh, sir. Here's the Inquisitor.
Joan, when we were here 2 days ago, you were hasty and ill-considered in your replies. I hope you've thought over my questions and will answer like an honest child of the church.
My child, you look pale today. Are you not well?
Thank you kindly. I'm well enough. But the Bishop of Beauvais sent me some carp. And it made me ill.
Are you saying the bishop's fish is stale?
He meant to be good to me, I know. But it is a fish that does not agree with me. The English thought you were trying to poison me.
Poison you? Do you accuse a bishop of using poison?
The English are determined I shall be burnt as a witch. Why do you leave me in the hands of the English? And why must I be chained by the feet to a log of wood? Are you afraid I will fly away?
When you were left unchained, did you not try to escape? By jumping from a tower 60 feet high? If you cannot fly like a witch, how is it that you're still alive?
I suppose because the tower was not so high then. It has grown higher every day since you began asking me questions about it.
That is true, Master Corsel.
Are you the woman's advocate?
It is well for her to have one defender. Why did you leave the tower, Joan?
Why would anybody leave a prison if they could get out?
So you tried to escape?
Of course I did.
If you are in the hands of the church and willfully take yourself out of its hands, you are deserting the church, and that is heresy.
That is great nonsense.
Try not to give him pert answers, Joan. It does you no good.
I am a faithful child of the church. I have always obeyed the church. I always will.
You will?
If it doesn't command the impossible.
You impute to the church the error and folly of commanding the impossible.
Let her speak, Master Corsel. She is not trained in theology. I will not have her condemned for the misuse of a phrase.
In case the church should bid me do anything contrary to the command I have from God, I will not consent to it, no matter what it may be. That is what I mean by impossible.
The church, contrary to God. Do you need any more than this? She said enough to burn 10 heretics.
She doesn't understand her own words. Joan, take back your words. If you are too proud or too confused to speak, just nod your head. That will be enough.
Your Reverence, she must be put to the torture.
Oh, not yet. Now, Joan, listen to me.
I gave orders for the executioner to be on hand.
You gave orders?
I anticipated this.
Your Reverence, give her time.
Master Corsel, bring the executioner in. Time is of no importance, Brother Martin. I am trying to save her soul for eternity, where there is no time anymore forever. Show her the instruments. Prepare her, but do not touch her yet. Do not despair, Brother Martin. To the simple, words are complicated and meaningless. They have to see their danger.
How's your legs go?
Let's make them a few inches longer.
Shut your vulgar mouth. Go and fetch in the hook and the screw and the irons. Oh, madam, if I may trouble you.
Torture is a fine art. I don't care for such shows.
Oh, please let me see, sir.
Abominable boy. Go and find Monsignor Cochon, the Bishop of Beauvais, and tell him
Please,
that
one look, sir.
Lie down. Don't be afraid. Better lengthen it 2 inches.
You'll strip her, won't you?
Stripper, we're not barbarians. We'll undress her to the waist for branding, no more than that.
That's enough. It's not a sight for children.
But they haven't done anything yet.
Hurry now. Go and tell the Bishop of Beauvais.
I didn't
that
even see the hook and screws.
You'll see the end of a rope if you don't listen to me.
I'm all ears, sir.
Now hurry. Tell the Bishop of Beauvais that I await him with, I hope, well-disguised impatience.
What do I call him, sir? Your Eminence, Your Holiness?
Anything but pious Peter. Be off and behave yourself. What news, my lord? No news at all, Master Stuggerber.
You take it very calmly, my lord.
At the moment, they are trying to frighten the girl into repentance.
But that's cheating us, my lord. I can't bear to see Englishmen cheated by a pack of foreigners.
You use such odd expressions, Master Stuggerber. Do you call yourself an Englishman?
I call myself a gentleman. But you and I were both born in England, my lord. And the Bishop of Beauvais is nothing but a Frenchman.
A Frenchman? Where did you pick up the word? Are these Burgundians, Bretons, Picards, and Gascons beginning to call themselves Frenchmen? Do sit down. And our fellows Englishmen? What is to become of me and you if that sort of thinking comes into fashion?
Why, my lord? Can it hurt us?
Of course. If this idea of nationalism, of serving their country, takes hold of the people, goodbye to the authority of the lords and goodbye to the authority of the church. Goodbye to you and me.
I'm a faithful servant of the church. But why should I stand by while a lot of lousy Frenchmen cheat us of our rights? We paid for the witch, my lord. Paid good, hard cash. Pounds, not francs. By God, if this goes on much longer, I'll fling my cassock to the devil and strangle her with my own hands.
Oh, my dear Bishop, how good of you to come. You know my chaplain, Master Stoggenberg.
I thought I recognized Master Stoggenberg's voice.
Do me the honor to be seated. To speak bluntly, Your Eminence, we are not at all happy at the speed of church justice. It is now 9 months since the maid was captured by the Burgundians, and 4 months since I bought her for you. Is this trial never going to end?
It has not yet begun.
You see, my lord.
Not begun?
We have examined the maid 15 times. But only yesterday and today has the representative of the whole Inquisition taken part in the examination.
But the girl's a witch, an obvious witch.
The bishop is speaking, Master Stoggenberg.
We have to consider not merely our own opinions, but the opinions, the prejudices, if you like, of a French court.
A Catholic court, Your Eminence.
I'm afraid the bare fact that an English army has been defeated by a French one will not convince them there's any sorcery in the matter.
We were not fairly beaten. No Englishman is ever fairly beaten. At Orleans, this woman had her throat pierced by an English arrow. It was a death wound, yet she fought all day. And when our men had repulsed her attacks like true Englishmen, she walked alone to the walls of our fort with a white banner in her hand, and our men were paralyzed and could neither shoot nor strike. Was that Dunois's generalship or witchcraft?
It's a waste of time accusing her of witchcraft.
She has proved herself a witch over and over again. Think of the eggs at Vaucouleurs.
Eggs. I tell you, she's not a witch, but a heretic.
What difference is there?
You, a priest, ask me that? All these things that you call witchcraft are capable of natural explanation. You English are strangely blunt in the mind.
And you Frenchmen always split hairs.
The fogs of your country do not breed masters of theology.
Fogs? We have no fogs. I've seen more fogs in France.
Master Stoggenberg.
May I not speak, my lord?
I would rather you did not, Master Stoggenberg, unless you can keep your temper.
I absolve him on the ground of invincible ignorance.
Are you calling me ignorant? My lord, I ask your protection.
Oh, you have it, you have it. Please proceed, Your Eminence.
No!
I gave you orders not to touch her. If I find so much as a bruise
I
on
never
her...
touched her, Your Reverence. I swear it. Just a little demonstration to make things clear.
Have you been hurt, Joan?
No. He told the truth.
Will you now take back your words and tell his reverence?
Brother Martin, I've made my decision.
I repeat, the church is not subject to political necessity.
I serve the king and not the church, and there are no lengths to which I would not go.
Even at the peril of your soul?
England is a cold country, Your Eminence. We do not fear the fires of hell. Ah, gentlemen.
You need have no anxiety. You have an invincible ally, one far more determined than you that she shall burn.
And who is that, Your Reverence?
The maid herself. Unless you put a gag in her mouth, you cannot prevent her from convicting herself every time she opens it.
Do your best for her if you are quite sure that it will be of no avail. But I should be sorry to have to act without the blessing of the church.
We shall proceed to trial, my lord.
Good day, Brother Martin. It's your prayers, I presume.
I pray for the maid to repentance, my lord. Will you not pray for that, too?
It would hardly be consistent. Put guards in the cloister.
The bishop will object, my lord.
Refer his objections to me, but I suspect he will be reasonable.
And in the court?
No, we must allow them their little kingdom. How many men have you in the square?
800, my lord.
It should be enough.
Does she die today?
Court, Master Stuggenberg. Do what you can, and what you cannot do, I will.
I can never get there. I avoid me every time I come.
The court is open.
I have to make a protest, Your Eminence.
It was only to be expected, Master Stoghammer.
I am not without support, Your Eminence. Master Cossel associates himself with me in my protest.
Well, what is the matter?
You speak, Master Cossel, since I do not enjoy the confidence of His Eminence.
Your Eminence, we have been at great pains to draw up an indictment on 64 counts. We are now told that they have been reduced without consulting us.
I am overwhelmed with admiration for the zeal displayed in your 64 counts, but in accusing a heretic, as in other things, enough is enough. And therefore I have cut your 64 articles down to 12.
12?
Believe me, 12 will be quite enough for your purpose.
But some of the most important points have been reduced almost to nothing. For instance, the accused has actually declared that the Blessed Saint Margaret and Catherine and the Holy Archangel Michael spoke to her in French.
You think they should have spoken in Latin?
No, he thinks they should have spoken in English.
Naturally, Your Eminence.
It would not be very courteous to you, Master Stoghammer, nor to the King of England, to assume that English is the devil's native language.
And all our work should go for nothing. This is just another example of the diabolical influence that woman exercises over this court.
Do you suggest I am under diabolical influence?
I suggest nothing, Your Eminence, but it seems to me there is a conspiracy here to hush up the fact that the accused stole the Bishop of Senlis' horse. That fact is struck out of the indictment.
Are we to waste our time on such rubbish? This is not a police court.
Rubbish! Your Eminence, you call the bishop's horse rubbish?
Master de Courcelles, the girl alleges that she paid handsomely for the bishop's horse, and that if he did not get the money, the fault was not hers.
And you will take her word for it?
It is a point on which she might well be acquitted.
Yes, Your Reverence, if it were an ordinary horse. But the bishop's horse, how can she be acquitted for that?
There is not a village girl in France against whom you could not prove such trivial things as you were diligently inquiring into until my arrival. Some of them would steal the Pope's horse if they got the chance. Heresy is the charge we have to try. The detection and suppression of heresy is my peculiar business. I am here as an inquisitor, not as an ordinary magistrate. Stick to the heresy, gentlemen, and leave the other matters alone.
That's just the point I want to make.
May I speak, Your Eminence? Is it certain that this is a case of heresy? Or are we dealing only with a girl's simplicity? Many saints have said as much as Joan.
Brother Martin, if you had seen what I have seen of heresy, you would not think it a light thing, even in its harmless origins. Heresy begins with people who are, to all appearances, better than their neighbors. A gentle and pious girl, or a young man who has obeyed the command of our Lord by giving all his riches to the poor, may be founder of a heresy which will wreck both church and state, if not ruthlessly stamped out in time. The woman who quarrels with her clothes and puts on the dress of a man is followed as surely as night follows the day by bands of wild men and women who refuse to wear clothes at all. Before you, a young girl, pious and chaste. For I must tell you that the things said of her by our English friends are supported by no evidence. Therefore, you must be on your guard against your natural compassion. If you hate cruelty, and if any man here does not hate it, I command him on his soul's salvation to quit this holy court. I say, if you hate cruelty, remember that nothing is so cruel in its consequences as the toleration of heresy. Remember also that no court of law can be so cruel as the common people. Before the Holy Inquisition existed, the unfortunate wretch suspected of heresy was stoned, torn in pieces, drowned, burned, without a trial. Anger is a bad counselor. Cast out anger. Pity is sometimes worse. Cast out pity. But do not cast out mercy. Remember only that justice comes first. Your Eminence, have you anything to say?
You have spoken for me, and spoken better than I could.
Sit down, Joan.
Now, Joan, we've given you many hours to think. Are you prepared to swear on the Gospels to tell us the whole truth?
I have said again and again that I will tell you all that concerns this trial. But God does not allow the whole truth to be told.
How do you know that, woman?
You do not understand it when I tell you.
Do you defy this court of holy and learned men?
Learned, perhaps. But it is an old saying that he who tells too much truth is sure to be hanged.
Joan, try to put your trust in us. If we had wished to condemn you, would we have examined you 15 times? Once would have been enough.
I have sworn as much as I will swear. And I will swear no more.
Your Eminence, she should be put to the torture.
You hear, Joan. You have seen the instruments. Think before you answer.
If you tear me limb from limb until you separate my soul from my body, you will get nothing out of me beyond what I have told you.
A rack will change your mind.
I cannot bear to be hurt. And if you hurt me, I will say anything you like to stop the pain. But I will take it all back afterwards.
Well, no confession under torture is admissible unless it is confirmed afterwards. We should proceed mercifully.
But the torture is customary.
But its use cannot be justified if the accused will confess of her own free will.
This is unusual and irregular.
Do you want to torture the girl for the mere pleasure of it?
It is not a pleasure. It is the law. It is always done.
That is not so, Master, except when the inquiries are carried on by people who do not know their legal business.
But the woman is a heretic. It is always done.
It will not be done today. I will not have it said that we proceeded on forced confession.
Your Eminence is merciful, of course, but it is a great responsibility to depart from the usual practice.
You are a rare noodle, Master. Do what was done last time is your rule, eh?
You dare to call me noodle?
Patience, Master, patience. I fear you will soon be only too terribly avenged.
Noodle, indeed.
Come, we are wasting time on trifles. There are two crimes which she does not deny. First, she has intercourse with evil spirits. Second, she wears men's clothes, which is indecent and unnatural.
Is the blessed St. Catherine an evil spirit? Is St. Margaret? Is Michael the archangel?
How do you know that the spirit which appears to you is an archangel?
Does he appear to you as a naked man?
Do you think God cannot afford clothes for him?
Well answered, Joan.
Joan, the church instructs you that these visions are from the devil. Do you accept the instruction of the church?
But they bring me messages from God. How could I deny him?
Joan, do you know what you're saying? You wrestle in vain with the devil for her soul. She will not be saved.
For the last time, will you put off that impudent attire and dress as becomes your sex?
I will not.
The sin of disobedience, Your Eminence.
My voices tell me I must dress as a soldier.
Can you tell us one good reason why an angel of God should give you such shameless advice?
Yes. What can be plainer common sense? I was a soldier living among soldiers. I'm a prisoner guarded by soldiers. If I dress as a woman, they will think of me as a woman. And then what will become of me?
Now listen carefully. If the church tells you that your revelations and visions are sent by the devil to tempt you to your damnation, will you believe that the church is wiser than you?
Answer, Joan.
We are all trying to help you, Joan.
All these things you call my crimes, I have done them by the command of God. It is impossible for me to say anything else. If any churchman says the contrary, I shall not mind him. I shall mind God alone.
Well, if that isn't heresy.
Kill yourself? Listen. Do you believe that you are subject to the Church of God on earth?
Yes. When have I ever denied it?
Good. That means that you are subject to His Holiness the Pope, to the cardinals, the archbishops, and the bishops whom this court represents today.
My voices do not tell me to disobey the church. But God must be served first.
And you, and not the church, are to be the judge.
What other judgment can I judge by but my own?
Dare you pretend, after what you have said, that you are in a state of grace?
If I am not, may God bring me into it. If I am, may God keep me in it.
That is a good reply, Your Eminence.
Were you in a state of grace when you stole the bishop's horse?
The devil take the bishop's horse. Executioner.
But you said I was not to be tortured.
You are not to be tortured, because you have confessed everything that is necessary to your condemnation. Master Executioner, let her hear your answers to my questions. Are you prepared for the burning of a heretic this day?
Yes, Your Eminence.
Is the stake ready?
It is, in the marketplace. The soldiers have built it too high for me to get near her and make the death easier. It'll be a cruel death.
But you are not going to burn me now?
Do you realize it at last? There are 800 English soldiers waiting to take you to the marketplace the moment the sentence of excommunication has been read.
church is merciful. You can save yourself.
Yes. My voices promised me I should not be burned. St. Catherine told me to be bold.
Are you quite mad, child? Do you not see that your voices have deceived you?
Have they kept a single promise to you since you were captured? The devil has betrayed you. The church holds out its arms to you.
It is true. It is true. My voices have deceived me. I have dared and dared. Only a fool will walk into a fire. God, who gave me my common sense, cannot want me to do that. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Now God be praised that he has saved her at the 11th hour.
Your Eminence, do you mean that you are going to allow this woman to escape us?
The law must take its course, Master Stogamba, and you know the law.
I know that there is no faith in a Frenchman. I know what the Earl of Warwick will do when he learns that you intend to betray him.
Silence, Master Stogamba. Think of your holy office, of what you are and where you are. I direct you to sit down.
I will not sit down.
This man has called me a traitor before.
You are a traitor. You are all traitors.
And you've been doing nothing but begging this damnable witch on your knees to save herself all through this trial.
If you will not sit down, you must stand, that is all.
I will not stand.
Client, Your Eminence, here is the form of recantation.
Read it,
I, Joan, commonly called the Maid, do confess that I have most grievously sinned in the following articles. I have pretended to have revelations from God and the angels and the blessed saints. I confess to the sin of sedition, to the sin of idolatry, to the sin of disobedience, to the sin of pride, and to the sin of heresy. All of which sins I now renounce and will never return to my errors, but remain in communion with our holy church. All this I swear by God Almighty and the holy Gospels, in witness whereto I sign my name.
Do you understand this, Joan?
It is plain enough.
And is it true?
If it were not true, the fire would not be ready for me in the marketplace.
Come, child, take the pen.
I cannot write.
But you have signed many letters before.
Yes, but someone guided the pen.
Make your mind.
Praise be to God, my brothers. The Lamb has returned to the flock.
Lord, they've cheated us. The witch has recanted.
I thought it probable.
You take it very calmly, my lord. What are we going to do?
The angels may be on the side of the church, but I have 800 soldiers.
Don't blame the church, my lord. It's these French priests.
And what would you say if the Pope found her innocent?
He's a foreigner, too, my lord. And in England...
One doesn't consider him infallible.
Of course, my lord. In faith and in morals. But
this is politics. Don't worry. She will burn before the Pope gets to hear of it. Captain.
This is the sentence of the Bishop's Court and of the Holy Inquisition. Because thou hast sinned most presumptuously against God and the Holy Church, and that thou mayst repent thy errors, we, for the good of thy soul, and for a penance that may wipe out thy sins and bring thee finally unspotted to the throne of grace, do condemn thee to eat the bread of sorrow and drink the water of affliction to the end of thy earthly days in perpetual imprisonment.
Perpetual imprisonment. Am I not then to be set free?
Set free, my child, out of such wickedness as yours. What are you dreaming of?
Light your fire. Do you think I dread it as much as the life of a rat in a hole? My voices were right.
Joe.
Yes, they told me you were fools, and that I was not to listen to your fine words, nor trust to your charity. You promised me my life, but you lied. You think that life is nothing but not being stone dead. It is not the bread and water I fear. I can live on bread. What have I asked for more? Bread has no sorrow for me, water no affliction. But to shut me from the light of the sky, and the sight of the fields and flowers, to chain my feet so that I can never again ride with the soldiers, nor climb the hills, to make me breathe foul, damp darkness, and keep me from everything that brings me back to the love of God, when your wickedness and foolishness tempted me to hate him. I could do without my war horse. I could drag about in a skirt. I could let the trumpets and the banners and the knights and soldiers pass me and leave me behind as they leave the other women. If only I could still hear the wind in the trees, the larks in the sunshine, the young lambs crying through the frost, and the blessed church bells that send my voices to me on the wind. But without these things, I cannot live. And by your wanting to take them from me, or from any human creature, I know that your counsel is of the devil, and that mine is of God.
She's a relapsed incorrigible. I call for her excommunication.
Joe, if your counsel were of God, would he not deliver you?
His ways are not your ways. He wants me to go through the fire to his bosom, for I am his child. And you are not fit that I should live among you. That is my last word to you.
We decree that thou art a relapsed heretic.
Cast out from the unity of the church.
Sundered from her body.
Infected with the leprosy of heresy.
A member of Satan.
We declare that thou must be excommunicated.
No. This is regulated. So better come in here.
I have my orders.
These English are impossible. We must stop them.
Yes, but not too fast. If the English choose to put themselves in the wrong, it's not our business to put them in the right. A flaw in the procedure may be useful later on. One never knows. Besides, the sooner it's over, the better for that poor girl. It's a terrible thing to see a young and innocent creature crushed between the church and the law.
You call her innocent?
Quite innocent. She didn't understand a word we were saying. It's the ignorant who suffer.
She's asking for a cross. She won't find one in hell.
Fair's fair. Burn her if you want to. But there's no call to be unkind.
Now ye are the body of Christ, members of the church. God has set some in the church.
Take away the sight from me.
God's name.
Pray for me, pray for me.
Yes, of course. Only calmly, gently.
I meant no harm. I did not know what it would be like.
Oh. You saw it then?
I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I am a hot-headed fool. I shall be damned for all eternity for it.
I killed her. Nonsense. It was not your doing.
I let them do it.
No. Control yourself. If you have not the nerve to see these things, why do you not do as I do and stay away?
She asked for the cross. The soldier gave her 2 sticks tied together. Thank God he was an Englishman.
A fool. They'll burn him too if the priests get hold of him.
Some of the people laughed at her. They would have laughed at Christ. They were French people. I know they were French.
Master Stagumper, control yourself.
I know we were French.
It's all over. No more to worry about.
Over. It's only just begun.
Master Stagumper, you're making an exhibition of yourself. What do you want, fellow?
I'm not addressed as fellow, my lord. I'm the Master Executioner of Rome.
I beg your pardon, Master Executioner.
I came to tell you, my lord, that your orders have been obeyed.
I will see to it that you lose nothing by having no relics to sell. I can have your word for it, can I? That nothing remains? Not a bone, not a nail, not a hair?
Her heart would not burn. But I'll sink everything that's left at the bottom of the river. You've heard the last of her.
The last of her? I wonder.
It was easy to fight the goddams and still love them. A blasphemy is a sort of prayer. But you never curse or pray. God forgive me. I cannot love your kind.
Be fair. Your churchmen were just as much to blame as I am. Blame Monsignor Cochon, His Eminence the Bishop of Beauvais.
Oh, don't trouble about Cochon. I saw justice was done to him.
You liar.
Thank you.
If it isn't Peter Cochon, what has happened to you? Are you dead or alive?
Dead. Dishonored. They pursued me beyond the grave. They excommunicated my dead body. They dug it up and flung it into the common sewer. Yet, God is my witness, I was just. I was faithful to my light. I could do no other than I did.
Yes. It's always you good men who do the big mischiefs. Look at me. I am not Charles the Good, nor Charles the Wise, nor Charles the Bold. Joan's worshippers may even call me Charles the Coward because I did not pull her out of the fire. But I ask you, what king of France has done better?
Are you really King of France, Charlie? Be the English gone?
I have kept my word. The English are gone.
Praised be God. Tell me about the fighting, Jack. Was it you that led them? Were you God's captain to your death?
I'm not dead. My body is very comfortably asleep in my bed at Chateaudun. But my spirit was called here by yours.
And you fought them my way, Jack, eh? Staking life against death, with a heart high and humble and void of malice.
Faith, it was any way that would win. And the way that won was always her way. I wrote a fine letter to set you right at the new trial. Perhaps I should never have let the priests burn you, but I was busy fighting at the time. Besides, it was the church's business, not mine. There was no use in both of us being burnt, was there?
Your servant, ladies and gentlemen.
Are you a saint?
Yes, lady. Straight from hell.
A saint? And from hell?
Yes, noble captain. I have a day off every year. That's my allowance for my one good action.
In all the years of your life, did you do only one good action?
It came natural. But they scored it up for me. What was it? Why, the silliest thing you ever heard.
He tied 2 sticks of wood together and gave them to a girl that was going to be burned.
Who told you that?
Would you know her if you saw her again?
Not I. There's so many girls. They all expect you to remember them. But this one must have been a prime sort, for I have a day off every year for her. So until dawn, I am a saint.
And afterwards?
Back to the only place fit for the likes of me.
It seems that all the best people are in hell.
Now, in your century, my lord.
What do you mean, my century?
I'm out of time, my lord. That's worse than being out of step. Every war that ever was, we get the scum of it. Sometimes enough to make you despair of war. Your day wasn't too bad, and mostly French and English. But after that, we had all sorts. Swedes and Poles and Russians. Then there were the Germans. They were a bad lot that time they held Paris. You couldn't teach them much in hell they didn't know already.
Germans in my kingdom of France?
Republic, you mean?
Republic?
Don't worry, they've gone again. The Americans helped chase them out.
What language do these Americans speak?
Well, they call it English. Anyway, down there we're all in the same boat. That's if you can talk about a boat where there isn't a blooming drop of water.
Oh, dear, what a muddle it all is. You always knew the answers. Can't you do something?
Do you want me to?
Well, nothing violent this time. But could you help me to get crowned all over again, just to show them? Republic.
I'm a saint, and saints can work miracles. You have only to ask me, with your whole heart. Shall I arise from the dead and come back to you, a living woman?
Rome made you a saint. We had no hand in the business. Let Rome decide.
Stay where you are, woman. A dead saint is always safer for the church than a live one.
Forgive us, Joan. We're not yet good enough for you. I shall go back to my bed.
You've always been such a disturbance. I've dreamed of you long enough.
And you, my one faithful.
The Dawn Lady. Excuse me. I've got a pressing appointment. Down below.
O God, who made this beautiful earth, when will it be ready to receive your saints? How long, O Lord?